The town that vanished overnight, based on true historical events. The last train to Centralia left the station just after sunset, carrying away a handful of passengers who had no idea they were witnessing history's final normal moment in a town that would soon become one of America's most haunting mysteries. Centralia, Pennsylvania was once like any other small American town. Nestled in the rolling hills of Columbia County, it was a place where children rode bicycles down quiet streets, coal miners gathered in local diners after long shifts underground, and church bells rang every Sunday morning. By the late 1800s, Centralia thrived as a coal mining town, its existence tied entirely to the vast deposits of anthracite coal beneath its soil. Coal was America's black gold. It powered homes, factories, and railroads. It built fortunes and fueled the country's rapid industrial expansion. Centralia, like dozens of towns scattered across Pennsylvania, was born because of it. But what Centralia didn't realize was that the very resource that gave it life would one day erase it from the map. The birth of a coal empire. Centralia was officially founded in 1866, though coal mining in the area began years earlier. Alexander Ray, a mining engineer and entrepreneur, played a key role in developing the town. When the Locust Mountain Coal and Iron Company expanded operations, workers flooded into the region. The town quickly transformed from wilderness into a booming mining hub. By the late 1800s, Centralia had multiple churches, schools, hotels, and dozens of small businesses. The population swelled to over 2,700 residents at its peak. Immigrant families from Ireland, Poland, Lithuania, and Italy settled there, chasing the promise of stable work in the mines. Life in Centralia was tough but predictable. Coal mining was dangerous, yet it offered something rare during those times: reliable income. Generations of families worked underground, passing the profession from father to son. The community was tightly bonded. Everyone knew each other. But coal mining also came with risks most people couldn't see. The fire that should have been small. In May 1962, Centralia was preparing for Memorial Day. The town council wanted to clean up the local landfill, located in an abandoned strip mine pit near Oddfellow Cemetery. Trash had been piling up for years, creating an eyesore before the holiday parade. Burning trash was common practice back then. Environmental regulations were loose, and landfill fires were often used as a cheap disposal method. On May 27, 1962, volunteer firefighters ignited the landfill, expecting the fire to burn for a few hours before dying out naturally. They had done this many times before without serious consequences, but this time was different. Unbeknownst to them, the landfill sat dangerously close to exposed underground coal seams. When the trash fire spread downward through cracks in the earth, it reached the anthracite coal veins beneath the town. Coal fires behave differently from normal fires. Once ignited underground, they can burn slowly for decades, even centuries, feeding on endless fuel while releasing toxic gases and intense heat. By the time firefighters realized something was wrong, it was already too late. A fire that would not die. In the weeks following the landfill burn, residents began noticing strange occurrences. Smoke started rising from cracks in the ground. The soil in certain areas felt unusually warm. Some basements filled with thick, choking fumes. Town officials initially believed the fire was minor. Several attempts were made to extinguish it. Crews poured water into boreholes drilled into the earth. Others tried to excavating burning sections of coal. Every attempt failed. The underground fire spread silently through interconnected mine tunnels that had been abandoned decades earlier. Many of these tunnels were poorly documented, making it nearly impossible to track the fire's path. In 1963, the fire had grown beyond local control. The warning signs. Over the next decade, Centralia's residents lived with growing unease. Sinkholes began appearing unexpectedly. Carbon monoxide gas seeped into homes. Vegetation died in patches across the landscape. In 1979, gas station owner John Coddington made a shocking discovery. While checking fuel levels in his underground storage tanks, he inserted a measuring stick and noticed it felt unusually hot. When he pulled it out, the stick was nearly burning. Measurements later revealed that the gasoline in his tanks had reached nearly 172 degrees Fahrenheit. This discovery alarmed residents. If temperatures were that high, explosions were possible. Still, many families refused to leave. Centralia was their home. Their memories, traditions, and ancestors were rooted in the town. Then, in 1981, something would happen that would change everything. The sinkhole that swallowed a child. Todd Domboski was playing in his backyard when the ground beneath him suddenly collapsed. A sinkhole opened without warning, nearly 4 feet wide and 150 feet deep. Thick smoke poured from the hole as the earth crumbled around him. Todd desperately clung to tree roots while his cousin grabbed his arm and pulled him to safety moments before he could fall into the burning void below. When rescue teams arrived, they measured lethal levels of carbon monoxide rising from the sinkhole. Experts later confirmed that if Todd had fallen, he likely would not have survived. This incident shocked the nation. Media outlets across the United States began covering Centralia's mysterious underground fire. Federal authorities could no longer ignore the situation. The government steps in. In 1984, the U.S. Congress approved over $42 million to relocate Centralia's residents. Officials determined that the fire could burn for at least 250 years and posed severe health and safety risks. Many families accepted relocation payments and moved away. Entire neighborhoods were demolished, streets were abandoned, schools and businesses shut down one by one. However, some residents refused to leave. They argued that government officials exaggerated the danger. For them, Centralia was more than a town. It was identity, heritage, and belonging. Legal battles followed. A small group of residents fought eviction orders for years. Meanwhile, the fire continued spreading underground. The highway that melted. One of the most chilling symbols of Centralia's destruction became Route 61, a highway running through the town. As underground temperatures rose, sections of the road began cracking and collapsing. Thick smoke escaped through fissures in the asphalt. Eventually, the highway became so dangerous that Pennsylvania permanently closed it in 1993. Over time, graffiti artists turned the abandoned roadway into a surreal, colorful landmark, attracting curious visitors and urban explorers. Yet beneath the artwork, the ground continued burning. A town officially erased. By 1992, the state of Pennsylvania used eminent domain to claim nearly all property in Centralia. Most structures were demolished to prevent illegal habitation. In 2002, the U.S. Postal Service revoked Centralia's zip code, effectively removing it from official postal maps. Today, fewer than 10 residents remain, living under special legal agreements allowing them to stay for the rest of their lives. Once they pass away or move out, Centralia will cease to exist as a residential community forever. But deep beneath the quiet Pennsylvania hills, the fire continues to glow, a hidden reminder of how quickly human settlements can be erased when nature and industry collide. The legacy of Centralia. Centralia's story serves as one of America's most unusual environmental disasters. Unlike sudden catastrophes like hurricanes or earthquakes, Centralia's destruction happened slowly, almost invisibly. It became a cautionary tale about industrial practices, environmental oversight, and the hidden dangers beneath seemingly ordinary towns. The haunting emptiness of Centralia inspired books, documentaries, and even fictional horror stories. Yet the real story is far stranger than fiction. Visitors who travel to the area today often describe an eerie silence. Streets lead nowhere. Sidewalks end abruptly in fields of grass. Occasional wisps of smoke